Hi everyone, this is Tammy, owner of Worthyworthitpriceless, and today's podcast is titled You Have Purpose. Before I get started with the podcast, I wanted to give out a trigger warning. This podcast will have talks of suicide. But 10 years ago, around June or July, I wanted to kill myself. And reason being, it was just that I felt like I didn't have a purpose. I felt like there was no reason for me being here, and things have happened in my life. So basically, I just thought that I didn't have any purpose, and it seems like my life wasn't going anywhere. And by the grace of God, I didn't do it. But I wanted to give encouragement to someone else who may be feeling that same way. I know that your life might look like, or you might feel as though you don't have a purpose, and you might feel like there is no reason for you to be on this earth. But what I can tell you is that you are wrong, because God wouldn't still have you on this earth if you didn't have a purpose. If I would have believed the thoughts that were in my head, you wouldn't know who I am, who I was, or anything. You would have never heard of me. 10 years ago, I didn't have any of this. There was no podcast. There was nothing. There was not even Worthy, Worth It, and Priceless. You wouldn't have heard of me. But the point that God allowed me to keep going showed me that there was a purpose. And I think a lot of times that's what a lot of us don't realize, even in the moment. Like, sometimes the situations that we go through, they might seem like, man, they are the end of the world. We're not going to get past these things. But the thing is, God always has a plan for you to get out. He always has a route of escape. We may not see it, but there's always a route of escape. During the last 10 years, yes, I've had ups and downs and everything like that, but at the end of the day, everything that I went through basically prepared me for more. It prepared me to give you guys encouragement. It prepared me for greater. But I would have never known that had I went through with the suicide 10 years ago. I just want to give encouragement to someone else, because I know how it feels when it seems like the world is on your shoulders and you don't have anyone there, and there's no one to encourage you, or you have the silent battles inside of you. You have a purpose. Don't allow those thoughts in your mind, those thoughts in your mind to make you feel as though you have no reason being on this earth. Those thoughts are lies. They're lies, and there's no truth in those thoughts. But you have to see that. The enemy wouldn't want you to feel as though you have all this to accomplish, or that you have purpose. Why? Because you are attached to someone else's purpose as well. Someone is attached to your yes. Someone may not get a lesson or a message without you going forward. And so what the enemy wants is to take you out. So at the end of the day, whoever is supposed to get your message, your testimony, or whatever, they won't have it either. And so it's like basically a ripple effect. What if you're the only one in your family to break a generational curse? So at the end of the day, the enemy will want to take you out. So basically, your family will always be in bondage. I know for me, by the grace of God, there's a lot of generational curses that God has allowed me to break. And the thing about it is, if I actually would have taken my life at that moment, I was the end of a generation. Like, 'cause I'm like the third generation. So at the end of the day, if I would have taken myself out, at the end of the day, all those, I would have basically, the generational curse would have basically ended or whatever. And you understand what I'm saying. The thing is, there's more tied to you than you know. And that is why the enemy is attacking you so much. He doesn't want you to see your greatness. He doesn't want you to see that God has a plan for your life. He doesn't want you to see what God has planned for you. He doesn't want you to help other people or nothing like that. All the great things that God has placed on the inside of you for it to come out. He doesn't want you to see those things. He doesn't want you to help out other people. He doesn't want you to break generational curses. He doesn't want that. And so that's why he's fighting you so hard. That's why you don't have it as easy as other people. That's why you have to work extra harder, because at the end of the day, the enemy is trying to take you out one way or another. But I am here to encourage you that you do have purpose. There is a reason why God has placed you on this earth, and it's not for you to die. It's not for you to not be successful. It's not for you not to basically amount to anything. So you can't really think of what other people have said or thought about you. You have to know deep down inside, I know that it's hard for you. But you have to know that God has a purpose for your life. You are necessary on this earth. God doesn't make things or make anyone that is useless. He takes time in everyone that he makes. So please know that you have value, you have purpose, and God has a plan for you. It's not over for you. Don't allow those thoughts in your mind to keep generating. Nip those in the bud early. You have a purpose. You have a reason to be here. You are necessary. So with that being said, once again, always know that you have worth, you have value, you are worthy, worth it, and priceless. God has a plan for your life. God loves you. I love you. Thank you so much for listening to this podcast. And until next time, bye.